So as you've seen, you have some options here when it comes to picking colors for the different counties on the map. But probably the most useful way, and the way I would like you to do for this assignment, is to use the median rent figures that we have to shade the counties so that they so that counties that have a particular range of median rents are one shade, counties that have another range of median rents are another shade, and so on. And in that case, you're actually using the color to do something other than just make it easier to see the differences between where each county begins and ends. You're using color to actually communicate the information that you're trying to report on. I think that's a little bit more helpful. To do it, we're going to have to go back to um, uh, the the data table right here. And the thing is, we can't use this median rent column to do it because remember that's a text column, and what we're talking about doing here is defining ranges based on numbers. And even though those look like numbers, you and I certainly know they're numbers. Google Sheets doesn't, or Google Drive, Google Maps doesn't know that they're numbers. So what we need is another column that is numbers. So let me um, uh, create a new column. I'm going to insert a column. Let's do after this one, and let's call this numeric median rent. Okay, and I'm going to change the type from text to a number, and then add it. Okay, so now I have numeric median rent, um, and now if I try to type in something like $2,000 or something, it's not going to recognize it because it can't recognize that dollar sign because that's a text figure. What I can do though is I can type a zero just fine because a zero is a number, right? Or in this case, since we really don't have any data for Cheatham County, let's just leave it blank. But we do have data for Davidson County. I'm going to type it right here. I'm just not going to include the dollar sign or the comma. Not two, 1192. Okay. Um, Likewise for Robertson County, 955. For Rutherford County, 1147. For Sumner, 1069. For Williamson, 1603. And for Wilson, 1060. Okay. There. Now, watch what happens. Now, when I choose this style by option, I can actually style by that numeric median rent column, the one we just added. But now something new becomes available. Now I can click this ranges radio button. It wasn't available before because we didn't have any numeric columns in the data set, in the data table. But now I do. So by default, it's going to give me 4 ranges. Having fiddled with this a little bit, I think that 3 probably works best. Um, so let's see, let's go with that. And I can even turn on, let's see what this looks like. Let's turn on county as labels. I don't know if I'm going to keep that or not, but we'll have a look. What that did was, you have to kind of zoom in to see them, but you see the actual name of the county is now showing up. I don't know where it is for Davidson. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's not great. I might take that back off. But but you see what My Maps has done now. It took the counties that we have data for and divided them up into 3 ranges: 955 to 1060, 1069 to 1147, and 1192 to 1603. And it gave each of them a different shade of blue, according to indicate where they are. Now those shades of blue are the differences are a little subtle, perhaps not very helpful. If we had more counties and a larger map, it might be easier to see those differences. But they kind of need a little help. So let's change the color scheme here. Let's make the so we got three ranges. We got a lot of choices here. Um, Most people kind of understand green, yellow, and red. Green means great, yellow means look out, red means beware. so so let's use green for the lowest median rents, the 955 to 1060. I have to uncheck this use range color box here and then pick a shade of green. Let's go with that one. So there are the counties that have the lowest median rent figures. Next up would be yellow. Again, uncheck that use range color box, and let's go, that yellow I think is a little too bright. Let's go with this kind of orangey yellow. That might look a little bit better. Or even, what does straight up orange look like? Yeah, I don't know. I'll let you decide. I went with the more yellowish version there, and then finally the last range. Let's make that actual red, like that. Okay, and then notice that Cheatham County is kind of grayed out here, right? Because we just don't have any data for it, and it's showing up on the detail window here as having no value at all. So it's there, kind of, but it's kind of not there. All right, let's see what this looks like in the preview. Here we are. Yeah, pretty good. And you may or may not like these colors. You're welcome to go with something else, whatever you like. I'm becoming not crazy about having the county labels displayed just because they kind of get lost in the rest of the map. If they were a little bit bigger, maybe. But look what happens now when you click on, say, Robertson County. You get this nice little detail window. We'll want to go back and hide this numeric median rent figure, probably, but we'll take care of that in a second. But over here you've got kind of this, nice, okay, so anything that's green is in the 955 to 1060 range. Anything that's yellow is in the 1069 to 1147 range, and so on. So now, this actually gives you some information about what's going on over here. And if you click the little down arrow, you can look at individual counties and zoom in on them. So that's probably a little bit better. Let's go with that. Let's see. First of all, let's hide that numeric median rent column. It added it to the detail window by default because we created it in the data table. So I've just unchecked it, and I'll check save so that won't show up again. And then let's see. Let's go next. Oh yeah, I was going to get rid of that labeling that I don't really like. Let's see. Got ranges, set labels. Let's go with no labels. That gets rid of the county names. I think that's probably a little bit better looking. All right, so let's look at the preview, see if there's anything else that really pops up here. We got our median rent title. This is pretty descriptive. Nashville area counties. That works. We might change this from Nashville area because these obviously aren't counties. We might change this to rent ranges or something like that because that's more descriptive of what these figures down here are. So let's do that real quick. Median rent by county. Let's try that, see if it fits. Yeah, okay. That makes pretty good sense to me anyway. All right, so let's go with that. I think we're done. I mentioned to you, by the way, that if you don't want to keep Cheatham County in here because we don't have any data for it, you can delete it. Let me show you how to do that now that we've got all this set up. So this is optional. You can leave it in or you can delete it if you like. But if you want to delete it, just click on it and click the trash can icon. I saved this for the very end because once you delete it, it's gone. Kind of hard to get back. But there's the map without Cheatham County. Notice it also went missing from the median rent figures over here from the options. We no longer have that no data option sitting here. So it's up to you what you want to do there. But this is what your final map should look like, and of course it's interactive, and and so on. In the final video, I'll show you how to embed this on your WordPress page, and that'll be it for this week.